Hope you all are doing good. So today we are going to see a program which contains of code of PHP and along with HTML, and we are going to insert some data into database. Okay. All right. See here. So we are going to create this kind of form. Okay, it may be an HTML or an XHTML code. You can do it anyhow. Then in that you are going to add some text boxes. First is name, that is the label, and this is the text box whose name is name. We are going to add second text box, that is address line 1, and name of this text box is ADDR1. Then we are going to add third text box, that is email ID. Sorry, it is fourth one. Name of this text box is email. We are going to add two buttons. One is insertion and another is reset. This is the code which we are going to design. So here we are going to create three files. One is insert.php. Second is search.php, and third one is 9.html, which is nothing but the file, or you can say that the home page where you're going to execute this. So name of the code is name of code, I just highlighted. So we have a code where we have to create a file with the name. We have to create a form with name, address line, address to, and email text fields. On submitting, store the values in MySQL table, retrieve and display the data based on the name. So to execute this, we need a server, right? So we need to install a server, that is WAMP. So once when you install a WAMP server, so here I am going to search for the WAMP server. See, this is my WAMP server. So once when I install WAMP server, so here you can see that a server icon is displayed. So you need to do some settings when you initially install this. When you click here, just go to Apache and just go to http docs config. So when you go to this file, so here you just have to replace this address. So initially it will be 80, so it will be colliding with Oracle, and sometimes if you have Apache Tomcat running with the Java, advanced Java, so you can just make it as 81 or 82. So you can see that there are three such places where you have to change it, and after changing, just go to save the file, and then you need to go to the local host. Okay, so once when you go to localhost, so here you need to type localhost colon the address, so which I have taken as what, 82. So once when you type this, that is localhost and 82. So when you type this, you can see that the WAMP server config page is available, tools, your projects and all. So WAMP server will get open once when you type this address. So now to create the program, what we have to do is we have to go under this path. So the path is, I will just show you that path here. So we have to go for C, okay, and then in that C you can see that there is one folder called as WAMP. So you have to go to this path. Then once when you go to WAMP server, you can go for www folder. Okay, once when you go to C and then when you go to WAMP, you can see that there is one folder called as www. So just click on this folder and then here you create your code. So I have created one folder called as program number 9. So in this I am going to create 3 files. One is 9, so that may be HTML or XHTML, then insert.php and search.php. So these are the 3 files which we are going to create. Okay, so let us see these files one by one. So initially I will go, okay, for this file, that is 9.html. So when I go to this file, you can see that this code is open to me. So I will show you the source code of this file. Okay, so this is the code which is open here. You can see that. So initially I write HTML, then I take heading, that is insert info, to include the insertion file. So I have form, then in that form I am doing an action, that is insert.php. So whatever this data is taken within the form here, so this is the form, okay, for insertion. So whatever data I am going to include in this form, so here it will add that data to insert.php. So I have two text boxes. One is address line, input type is equals to text, name is equals to addr1. Address line 2, input text is equals to text, name is equals to addr2. Email id, and I have another text box whose name is email. So I have two buttons, one is submit, another is insert. So this is all about insert form where you are going to do insertion. So we have one more form here which will do the activity for search. So I have another form where the action is performed in search.php. So there we have only one text box. We are going to enter name, and depending on this the search will be performed. Then we have submit button, and then we have reset button. Okay, so this is about 9.html. So in this file we are going to include two forms, that is one which will perform the action through insert.php and the another one which will perform the action on search.php. Now I will tell you the code for insert.php. Now let me tell you about the code for insert.php. So when you try to open this, the code is not visible here. So just go for notepad and type the code over here. So once when you type the code over here, so let me show you the notepad code here for insert.php. Alright. So here you can see that I have a tag which is a PHP tag, okay, so followed by less than symbol, question mark, and PHP. So this is the comment, take input and store in local variables. So how do you write a PHP code? For that you need to study from the basic. So I hope you are familiar with it, right? So I am creating one variable here, that is $name, $addr1, $addr2, email. What are these? These are the variables which I am creating. So $_request name. So what does this $_request means? So I will try to tell you that what it means. So here this $_request_name. So here it means that when you click from that file, so we have created one form, right? So we have created one form such where we have two buttons, one is insertion, another is search. So when you click on this insertion button, what is exactly going to happen? So the data which exists in all the text boxes, so we have 4 text boxes here, right? So like name, addr1, addr2, and so many. So whatever data you fill in all these text boxes, so it is taken as a request when you press on insert button, and it will go to the server. So here we are using the WAMP server. So our WAMP server is going to process this data. So once when you click on the submit button, the data will be submitted to your server. Alright. Okay. So now this request object is going to pick the value from that text box whose identity is name. Then similarly the text box whose name is address 1. So request object will pick the data from address 1. Similarly another text box whose name is address 2. Request object is going to pick the value from these all 4 text boxes. Okay. So the data is being picked from all the text boxes. So here at this initial stage you can see that this is the place, okay, where we read, okay, the data from HTML and forward, okay, to server. So at this stage we take the data and we try to forward it to the server. So here we do see what are the comments. Create a database, MySQL underscore connect. So these all, so whatever you say in hash, these are all are the comments, right? So these all are nothing but the comments. So main code is over here. So you can see that main code is here. So this is your main code. So what is shown here, you are creating one object called as con, that is connection. So we use MySQL's connection object which is going to connect to your local host. So which is our local host here? Local host is WAMP. It is going to find that local host and then it is going to connect to this local host, or die could not connect. So if connection is established, when the server is working correctly, it will show that connection is established, else it will show that it could not connect. So this is all about your database connection. Okay. Then after see what is this? First is read the data, and then we are going to create database and establish connection. So after this first step and this second step, okay, so the third step will be selection of a database. So here you are going to select the database. So this is your third step, where exactly what you are going to do, you are going to create a connection. So let me tell you, or selection of a database. So how do you go for selection of a database? So before selection of a database, what we have to do? We have to also create one database. So where do we create that database? So that database is created in the local host. Okay, so I will show you how that is created. So this is the code. So this is the code, and what do we do here? Okay, we here almost what you do, you select your database and then you select your database and enter data, right? Or you can say that data is entered into the selected database. So here if MySQL underscore query, so you are making use of query method of MySQL object, then you are going to insert into student. So what is student here? Student is your what I can say, it is your table name, right? Student is your table name, right? So we have student, which is our table here. So the name that we have to give for our table is student. Okay, so then insert into table values. So you are going to insert the values. So what are the values that you are going to insert here? What are the values that you are going to insert? Yes, so name, address 1, address 2 and email. And after everything happens successfully, we get a message saying that data inserted successfully into the table. So when after the completion of the insertion, finally every time what we do is we go for closing the connection. Okay, so this is the explanation of insert.php. Now let me tell you now about the search.php. Okay, what happens in search. So again I will just open this file with Notepad. So once when I open this file with the Notepad, let us go to the code. So here I am just simply creating one format for the table, and then this is the main code where I start working. So once when you insert the data gets inserted into the table, and from that table what I am going to do, I want to search for a specific value just by entering the name. I am just going to enter the name, and depending on that name it will pick the entire row from the table, isn't it? So here what I am going to do, I am just picking that name which is entered from 91.html in search form. So when the data is entered into the name field of the search form, it will take that data from there, and using con again the connection is established. Now here MySQL underscore select underscore db test. So here what is test? Test is nothing but what? It is the name which is given to the database. So test. So we are going to take a database whose name is test, and we are going to table whose name is student. Alright, and then we have fields, that is we have 4 fields. So one is name, another is ADDR1, another is ADDR2, and another is email. So this is how we are going to take database. So data type we are going to take is varchar2, and you can assign default size of 20 to 30, not an issues with it. So this part we are going to create in the MySQL database using WAMP server. So once when we create this database, in that when we create the student table, so after that it becomes easy to go for the insertions, isn't it? So I will show you that in the next part. Let me tell you about this. So when the test connection is established with the database, we take a result as a variable here. In that result variable, what you do, select star from student. So what is student here? Student is our, what is student? Student is nothing but our table. So once when you form connection with the database, you go and perform some search. Okay, so you go and perform some search with the table, and then you try to find out the name like mod dot dollar name dot and double quoted mod. So what is this? These are called as wildcards. So by using this, what we can do, what name you have entered, right? So it is going to find similar kind of rows as per the name that you have entered, and then that value is stored in the result variable. So this will retrieve all the rows with the same matches. Whatever name you are going to insert into your HTML form as a part of a search, similar kind of rows are fetched from the table. So while $row is equals to MySQL underscore fetch underscore array dollar result. So what it is going to do, we can see that there is a while here. Okay, so what that while is going to perform here, while is nothing but what? If you have multiple rows with the same name, the while is used here. So you can see that the bracket opens here and it closes over here. Why? Because it will fetch each individual row, and a row is a collection of what? Columns. We have name column, address 1, address 2, and email. So suppose if you take one row here, so that row, it is what? It is a collection of columns, isn't it? So the collection of columns. So here we have name, here we have address 1, address 2 and email. So when I want to fetch this entire row, I have to fetch one by one. So how you're going to fetch that entire row? You're going to fetch that entire row column wise. So you will fetch name, address 1, address 2 and email. So if I enter a name called as Sneha Nagaukar, so if it has some another name saying Sneha Dhawan, so if it will match with the name, right? It will just match with the name. So if two similar names are there, it will pick all the other rows also. So that is the concept. So at the end again you are going to close the connection, you are going to close the table. So this is about search.php. Alright. So now we will see about the database part. So how we are going to create the database part. Now I will tell you about how to work or create or go for the database part. So initially guys, first you have to check whether your WAMP server is working or not. Just go here, okay, just go and check WAMP, click on it. After clicking, there comes an area where you will see that the server is completely white, so it is started. So once when I click here, so once when I click on this area, you can notice that I have MySQL, I have PHP, Apache, directory, SQLite Manager, PHP MyAdmin. Okay, so you can directly go to PHP MyAdmin or you can also go to the local host. You can go any either way. So if I go here local host, right? So by default it will show me the local host of IIS, that is Windows Server. So when I want to open an Apache, you have to type localhost 82 and simply go for enter. Then it will show me our WAMP server. Okay, then it will show me the WAMP server. So here you can see there are tools, then we have tools, we have projects. So this is nothing but the www folder where our files are stored. See, our program is stored here. Some another programs are also there. So we have PHP MyAdmin also. So you can go from here also, or you can click, isn't it? You can click PHP admin as well as you can go to localhost, and that also works. Okay. So now let me show you how we create the database. Okay. Now, so I will click PHP MyAdmin here. Then you can see that the page of admin is displayed. Okay, so the page of MyAdmin is displayed. Okay, now so here it will ask you to create a new database. So just go for creation of new database. Already I have created two databases here. One is test and another is books. Okay, so for demo, I will take as test one, but guys in code it is taken as test. So please make a note of it. So this is just a demo which I am going to show. Test one. Then go see. You just please make a note that you have to take it as test, right? So in your examination code or the code which I am sharing is available with the table name test. So then go for create. So once when I click on create, you can see that the database is created here. So the database is created with test one, right? Now what I have to do, I have to create a table. So already I have created a table called as a student. So I will create a table called as student number 1. So guys, make a note, in exam you have to create a table whose name will be student. Okay. Now, so in that student, how many fields I have? I have 4 fields. Okay. So after taking 4 fields, just there is an option called as go. So click for the option called as go. Then you can see here table is created with test 1. So these are all the databases which are available. So we have created test 1, right? Yeah, so that is our database, and with the name called as student 1. So here you can enter the fields name, then we have a DDR1, okay, then we have a DDR2, then we have email. So please go on creating this field. So you can take it like 20. right? So you can take it as a 30 also, or you can also choose varchar 2, because all our text in the code we have taken it as a text. You can also go for varchar 2. Alright, then after taking this, just see whether you have taken all the fields correctly. Then you can also make a note. See, so here there are some keys: primary key, we have index, then we have unique. So I will take name as a primary key. If you will not take also, it will not show you an error, but let us take it as a primary key, or you can also skip that part. Then after that, go for save. And once when you go for save, you can see that that entire code is created and the table is also established. So this is the code for your table. So table is created with this code. Okay, and then you can see that this is our table. So this is our table. It will show me that primary key, where we have established the primary key. Alright, so with here, this is nothing but what? Your table. So here you can browse structure, you can see structure. Here also you can write the query, you can search, you can also perform insert and so many another operations. So this is all about the creation of a table part. Hope it is clear to you now. Okay, so after completing this, now finally let us execute the code. So once when I go here, right, so the procedure for running your code, you have to go in the this one, that is browser, and then in the browser you have to type this. You will get your server. Once when you get your server, just go to your projects and program number 9, and then finally run your HTML file. Okay, then finally we obtain this, right? So what is this here? So you can see that our form is ready to run. So now let me run it. So see, already I have entered 3 names here, so I will take one more name. So this is a data where validation is not done, but take proper data, and I go for insert. So you can see that the data is inserted successfully, isn't it? So you can see here that the data is inserted successfully. Now let us go back and perform the search operation. Okay, let me run it. Now I will just take an example for Sneh, and I will just click on search. So you can see that there are multiple entries with the name Sneha, similar with SNEH, right? Similar with these 4 characters. Hence it will display me this data. Okay. So guys, this is all about your creation of PHP code, right? And giving connection with the MySQL. So hope you followed it. Thank you, and all the best. So please go through this. It is very important. You just need to know how the basic process of creation and insertion and working with the database exists in PHP. Okay, so happy learning. Bye bye.